They're back with 2 times more Dragoon. Hello everyone, it is I, said Osama the Fanatic, back at you with the long-awaited update of Kaijus. I hate to admit it, but okay, this guy can stay. So, yeah, I'm sort of surprised I haven't seen anybody else running this, because it's a literal fire idea. Dragoon and Kaijus, it's a match made in heaven. So yeah, we are calling this Super Kaijus with Dragoon. Let's get into it. First off, we have the obligatory Dragoon package in Dark Magician. This is my favorite artwork for it. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Now Black Dragon, no more B Dragon. With the blue ultra rare, because I pulled it, so why not? So yeah, you have to run both of these for Dragoon if you're using Red Eyes Fusion, which, spoiler alert, we are. So let's get into the Kaijus. 3 Jizukiru, 2 Radian, 2 Gamma Seal. Only the 7 this time. This deck is packed with a bunch of other stuff, and these are the 3 that you need the most. Any of these are good on your field if you're able to get a Verte Anaconda out, because you're literally, if you want to negate, you get this guy. If you want a token spam, you get this guy. If you want to just have a big body that can negate anything that targets and pop a card in the field, you get this guy for the big damage. Alright, and to help support the Kaijus, we've got the obligatory Cyphering package with the Gammas and the Driver. The one downside of this deck has quite a couple of Garnets. You've already met 3 of them so far. You never want to see these cards in your hand. You hope to God that they stay in your deck. But there is one other Garnet we'll get to in a few moments. You're probably wondering what I'm saying. Wait, Scott, what do you mean 1-card combo engine? No, you're seeing that right. That's Sangan. It's at 3 with the errata text, and it is a 1-card link climbing combo. It's literally a 1-card Verte Anaconda. Because you either get it out with this, you either get it out normally, link it out for Almirage, and then search for this guy, who I'd originally gotten a little while back just to have it for, Halki Firebricks plays, because this is, again, a 1-card Halki Firebricks. Sangan is a 1-card Halki Firebricks. So you go Sangan, link into Almirage, get this. This is a condition, not an effect. So, if it's in your hand and you have a Link Monster, you just special summon it to a zone that the Link Monster points to. In the case of Almirage, make sure you have that center zone open, or the far right zone open, because that's where it's going to be. And of course, you have to have the obligatory 2 tour guide. If the ban list comes out, which could be any day now, and this card goes to 3, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I struggled enough getting this deck together as it is. And finally, to round off the monsters, we have 2 Effect Veiler, which is actually kind of left over from the version that I was trying to build with this deck going into here, which was, I was originally planning a full Chaos engine in here, but it didn't work out. But if the Chaos engine had worked out, I would not have discovered or rediscovered using this. I saw a deck profile with this a while back. But yeah, that's it for the monster cards. The cards that you never want to draw are the normal monsters, of course, the Arborea, and you never want to draw the Red Eyes Fusion. So that's 5 or 6 bricks, or garnets that you don't want to draw. Next up into the spells, 1 Terraforming to get your 3 other copies of Kyoto Waterfront. You arguably should play the deck without this card, but I really, really love Kaijus, and I love having the city for them to destroy and get resources off of. Not to mention, it's one of those, if you're only using the Kaijus for just a big beat stick to just get rid of problematic monsters and attack over the other one, that's fine, but I'd argue you're not really fully utilizing the cards than you would if you just ran, Slumber. Probably the most easiest way to use Kaijus is just Slumber and just use them for getting rid of problematic monsters, but I like having the Kaiju counter effects because you can do some really interesting stuff with the Kaiju counters. Next up, we have 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. It's a going second deck. What more do I have to say? If your opponent activates a monster effect during your turn, which, let's be honest, it's modern Yu-Gi-Oh! They definitely will, you can either draw 2 cards, brain control an opponent's monster until the end phase. Actually, no, it's change of heart, excuse me, not brain control. Or use Forceful Sentry. I mean, it's 3 banned cards in 1. And then finally, for the fusion package, we have double super polymerization. I wish I could run all 3 in the main deck, but I don't think all 3 is necessary. And then 1 Red Eyes fusion. Again, case of note, if you're using Red Eyes fusion, you have to use Red Eyes Black Dragon to summon Dragoon. You can't just use Dark Magician and any Dragon Effect monster. Apparently, this is due to a ruling in Japan, which, according to a guy we know named Ryan, he says it's an error in translation on the card, which I don't know why the hell they didn't fix it, considering they literally just reprinted this thing. But apparently it's the way the card is phrased in Japan, or as we call it over here, because Konami says so ruling. Shout out to the summoning mechanics thing that we did a while back, Duel Academy. We also have a Magical Eyes fusion, because we run 2 Dragoon in the extra deck. You use Red Eyes fusion to get out the first one. If you're able to survive until the next one, you make this one. Double Dragoon, 4 times the pop and burn, oh my god. It's so much overkill, but as the old saying goes, there's no kill like overkill. And last, of course, we have 3 Be Gone, Demon Child, because you don't want to get Ash Blossomed. It's literally, if you have Slumber, you just want to open Slumber, and any other card, either this or the Gamma or whatever. You do not want them to Ash or Slumber. And finally, we have 3 literal hand traps. Alright, let's get into the extra deck. By the way, main deck, 40 cards exactly. I should probably up it to a little bit more than 40, again, because you literally have 5 or 6 Garnets that you never want to draw. But let's get into the extra. The extra, we have double Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I still state that this card probably should never have been printed. But in this deck, he works really, really, really good. So on the other hand, I'm kind of happy that he's printed. I'm conflicted, I'm sorry. I hate this card, but at the same time I love it. It's like the Clone Wars cartoon, which I affectionately call, or not really affectionately call, The Crap Wars. We'll get into that when we get into that. Spoilers. 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, arguably one of the best Super Poly targets in the game. 1 Prunplat Jericho Stapelia, 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp, and an Earth Golem at Ignister. So this one's the obvious one. A lot of decks end on multiple dark monsters. This one is for, hi Carl. We have Kaylee's dog giving me some loving.
Oh hey. Hi, friend.
Hi.
Hi, friend. Oh my goodness, Harley, get down. Come here.
So yeah, Starving Venom is good. This one works if they ever have fusion and dark monsters on board. And you super poly these out. So these are basically your ways of getting rid of Dragoon. So this one is literally the only out that we have to invoked. I mean, I could put a Mechaba here, but this helps against other decks as well, and the extra deck's a little bit tight. And this is for Salamangreat if they ever come up, because people play that deck, like me. Alright, so that's it for the fusions. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fusions in total. Probably put more, but you need some link climbing stuff. So first off, let's get into the low-level stuff. We have Link Spider. This is for tokens. This is literally for if you get the token off with Radian, the multi-dimensional kaiju. Radian, you remove 2 tokens, 2 counters from Waterfront, and then special summon another token. You can use that to basically go into this guy. And then you go from these into a Verte. This card is literally based on the whole thing of 1 card Verte. We have Relinquish Anima, because we have another engine that we're running in here that can actually still kind of work. We're going into a really, really nice extra deck play. Relinquish Anima, this one's kind of self-explanatory. If you have the effect Veiler, you just summon it, link it off, make this shirt, be sure to put your, kaiju in front of a zone that your opponent has, and then you just summon Anima into the zone and equip it. So, there's your quick combo tutorial for this deck, even though it's so simple I don't even think you really need one. One Salamander Armor Garage. This is literally here for the combo. Next, I tried to see if I could run this deck with only one. Every time I ran through it in my head and with test hands, no. In case of scenarios, you need two. If this card gets limited, this deck is basically dead, but whatever. You need the two. This is your playmaker. One Akashic Magician, because of the things that it does. You know, you summon. It's sort of the same thing as Anima, where you just use your link monsters to go into Kaijus, and then, oh, you have two effect monsters with different names. Okay, bounce the Kaiju back, bounce the other Kaiju back. Oh, let's get rid of two more monsters. Let's go. I mean, it's probably never going to be co-linked, unless you don't get an effect veiler out there somehow, but you can co-link these and just activate a couple of cards, whatever. Lastly, yep, that's Celine, Queen of the Master Magicians. You've got Akashic Magician, and you have Anima there. If you're able to climb into her, oh my god, it's this is a way that you get out Link 4s. It's not something you do often, but it's an option that I wanted to make sure I had. The other Link 3 that we run is this boy. Again, relatively easy to get out. You just have one other monster, and then you drop this thing, remove the counters, make a token. Congratulations, you now have a 3,000 body that cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, and can do a whole bunch of stuff during the battle phase. And finally, the last one that we have, because we're running, you're probably wondering, why are you running the Arborea when there's no Halqifibrix here? I know, there's no Halqifibrix here. This should probably be Halqifibrix, I'm guessing. Maybe if I get a third copy that I can splash in here, maybe it will be. But the Halqifibrixes are in two other decks right now, one of which you'll find out a little bit later. And for the last one, we have Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. And you're probably wondering, like, wait, why Avermax? Why not Xcode Talker or something? Well, that's quite simple. You have Avermax, and this, with the Waterfront with a bunch of counters on it, they can't attack your Gamma Seal, and it gains attack whenever it attacks a special summon monster. Like, oh, I don't know, maybe a Kaiju? But yeah, that's the extra deck right there. We have the one Primal Being token to use as the token, because almost everyone plays Nibiru, and I don't know. They need to. I want the token for this guy. Please create a Kaiju token, or whatever it's called. It's called like a Shadow token or something like that. Radiant token. Okay, whatever. I was expecting it to be complicated. Okay. Side deck. Let's go. 3 Thanos Dragon. Again, you have a lot of garnets that you don't want to draw. A lot of people use link strategies, but not everyone uses link strategies. So good going second card to just customize your deck to your opponent's strategy. 1, please put this card back to 2 or 3. I miss this card being at 2 or 3, and one of it is stupid as hell. I don't need to explain Pankratops. He's limited, I suppose, for a reason, but 3 copies of Inspector Border. Again, this is if you know, because game 1, if you win the die roll, you go second. Hopefully you OTK them, and then you go from there. Game 2, oh, you're playing Kaijus, you're going second deck. Let's make you go first. Slide this guy in. Next up, we also have 2 Blizzard, because I could only find the 2. I'll be honest, that's the main reason it's here. Really nice another underrated card as well. Where just target a spell card, negate its effects on the field, and it's returned to the hand if it's ever activated, and blah, 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 blah. Put Mystic Mind back in the hand and do stuff. Next up, I had a couple of choices for this slot. I went with this one. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, all my Kaizek Cyclones are in other decks. Plus, the way I see it, with Kaijus, this card is a win-win. You get rid of a problematic backward card that your opponent might have, which destroys it, by the way, and then this thing goes to the graveyard. That's 2 counters on your freaking Waterfront. It's a win-win, in my opinion. And you don't always want to discard something, so that's why I have this in here instead of Twin Twisters. Finally, we have the 3rd Super Poly. The 1 skill drain if you want to basically just turn everything into a Oh, you run all monster effects? Okay, did I draw this thing? Okay, good. Flip it up, pay 1,000. Congratulations, our monsters are just glorified beat sticks now. And 1 red reboot. Put this card back to 2 or 3 as well, Konami. Come on. Alright, that's Super Kaiju with Dragoon. The long-awaited update to the Kaiju deck. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully we won't have to make any changes to this deck after the ban list hits. If it hits, whenever it hits, it's September 9th, the day that we're recording this. No sooner than September 1st, and it still has not dropped. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Stay safe. Like, comment, subscribe. Wear your mask, and we'll catch you guys later.